Cruising the social media seas, or how Altrusians can make the most of this method of marketing. This video has been put together by the Altrusa International Communications Committee with the help of Katrina Edgar, District 15's webmaster. On the altrusa.org website, after you log in, there is on the right-hand side a little toolkit box that when you click on it, it takes you to a list of the marketing toolkits. And in there are two things that are going to be useful to you. Under training tools, there's two listed, Facebook and LinkedIn. They are how to set up a Facebook page, how to set up a LinkedIn page. This video is not for that purpose, but you may want to use those two when you're getting going. YouTube is a wildly popular method of sharing videos about almost anything. If your club makes a video about one of its functions, either fundraiser or service, post it on YouTube and then share the link on your Facebook page so that most people will see it. You can also send the video to Altrusa International for them to put on the Altrusa International YouTube page. Sharing the Altrusa story online. Social media is free, fact or fiction? Well, it's both actually. In terms of cost, yes, it is free. In terms of labor, no, it's not. It does take time to do this, and if somebody in your club is going to take over this function, they will need to allow enough time to be putting something out on their Facebook or other social media pages at least once a week. This is a typical Facebook page. This one in particular is for Altrusa International Marketing and Communications, but you can set that up, and once you do, you want to invite people to join. You can send them emails to everybody on your list. You can specifically add people who are your Facebook friends and invite them to like the page or follow the page. So this is an example of the kind of things you might want to post on your Facebook page. In this particular case, this was from District 9, and they issued a challenge that each week on Friday you should post 5 words about Altrusa as your status and see what your friends say. Then follow up when people express an interest by inviting them to a meeting. Or you can set up videos, in this case, a picture with a quote or a saying on it that, in this case, an Aesop quote, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Work for a cause, not for applause. Those are things that you can set up. Those were done by District 9, and you can use those on your page as is just by sharing those onto your own Altrusa Facebook page. So it doesn't have to be all stuff that you generate. You can borrow from other people. If you have Twitter, you can set up, in this case, it's the Altrusa International Twitter page. You can send tweets about various things that are going on, or you can set up a Twitter page for your own club. LinkedIn is another popular method. It is mostly used for connecting with other professionals in your area of expertise, but it can also be used to generate conversations about things that you might be interested in. So you can set up a LinkedIn page and invite people to join that also. Pinterest is another social media site that has been growing in popularity, and basically it is a method of sharing pictures of things that you like, or projects that you're on, or ideas that you have. And this is the Altrusa International website, www.altrusa.org. And if you'll notice down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's all those little buttons. IN is for LinkedIn. You've got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, etc. Those are all things that you can click to that Altrusa International has pages for. So the purpose of this use of social media is to share our love of Altrusa. How often have I heard people say, Altrusa is the best kept secret around, because people just don't know who we are. Well, this is an excellent method for us to turn that around and get people to know what we're doing and why we are such a wonderful organization. So there's all these different websites, social media sites that you can go to. You can comment, you can set up things, you can vote, you can do all kinds of things on using social media, and that spreads out to more and more people. Every time you post something, your friends see it, and then if anybody likes that, their friends see it. So there's 3 steps to a simple social media strategy, starting with do something. Okay, you're going to show people doing things. Think something. You're going to make a comment about some aspect of what's going on that you make a comment about. Feel something. You're going to say something about how something makes you feel. How does it make you feel when you give those books to those little first graders and they are just so thrilled to get them? How does it make you feel when you work at the soup kitchen to help out and prepare meals for the needy? Remember that people will never forget how you made them feel. And there's 3 tips to foster a 2-way dialogue on your pages. Get people talking. Start some kind of controversial something that you throw out there that'll get people commenting on it. I noticed that the postman was out having to deliver mail even though we were on a level 3 snow emergency, and all non-essential people were supposed to be off the streets. The mailmen were still out. Now, is that right? So that would get people commenting about the poor mailman and why he has to do that. Respond personally. If somebody else makes a comment, respond to that comment. And remember that it's the supporters who are the stars of Altrusa. They may be vendors who've donated things for your gift baskets. It may be somebody who's donated their time to help knit hats for the needy. It may be someone who is coming out to help with your project or your fundraiser that is not necessarily an Altrusan, although Altrusans are stars also, so that could also be people. But it's not about you personally as the Facebook manager for your club. It's about all the people who help. So when it's hard to think about what you're going to put on your page, think of the BGs. Be genuine, be generous, and be grateful. Those are all very important things. So you might be putting something out there about how wonderful it was that somebody gave all this time on your project, how thankful you are that people came out for your fundraiser. So social media is a bit like herding cats. You need lots of treats, patience, and a thick skin to handle all the scratches. People are going to comment some adversely to what you put out there. That's okay. Just go on and continue with what you're doing. It doesn't hurt. And there's a tool called Hootsuite, which you can find if you go onto Google search. Hootsuite is a software package that you can put on your computer that allows you to send out a message to all the different social media that you might be using. For instance, let's say that you have a Facebook page, you have a Twitter page, you have something in LinkedIn, and you want to enter the information only one time in order for it to show up in all 3 of those places. Well, Hootsuite lets you do that, so it can be a very valuable tool once you start having multiple places. So let's get started. First of all, it's important that you pick one platform to try, especially if you have never used social media before. It is extremely important that you don't try and go too fast when you're just starting out. Pick one. And I would personally pick Facebook for my first one because it's probably the most popular and it's one of the easier ones to get going. Then you want to reach out to the people you know. You want to share that page with as many people as you know. And you want to have fun with it. After all, it's what Altrusans do best. So now we're going to use some examples from the District 15 Facebook page. And this is the District 15 Facebook page here. So what kinds of things should you be putting on your page? Well, pictures of people doing things. Remember that do something. Show pictures of people doing something. That is an extremely important part, and people love to see their own pictures out there. And other potential club members are going to look at that and say, yeah, that group is really doing some neat stuff. Newspaper articles. Do you get something in the newspaper? Then you can link your page to that. You can either link to that page, or if they don't have a link online that you can click on to show that news article that you got, you can scan a picture of the article and post that on there. Other things that you might have is district and international news. So you might put a picture of the latest international Altrusan on there so that people can click on it and see it. People being initiated into their new offices, that's a great thing to have on there, a picture and what they're doing. Maybe people receiving awards at conference would be another excellent thing to put there. Celebrate new members. Have a picture of that new member being initiated, maybe a little bio about them, just a brief introduction to anyone else in the club as to who that person is and what they're about, in case they missed the meeting where you explained it. Upcoming events and dates to remember. Inspirational quotes are another great thing you can have. It doesn't necessarily have to feature an Altrusan, but it should be related to things that Altrusa believes in and feels strongly about. Remember that people who like your page and their friends will get updates in their news feeds. So you can expand the scope of who all is seeing what you're up to. And this is a graphic example of that. There's you on the left, and then your 3 friends, and then all of their friends. So you expand out, and you can see this is what's called viral marketing. It actually goes out and just multiplies and multiplies. So you want to put things out there that are intriguing and interesting and things people will want to share with their friends. So how does this help Altrusa? Well, it gets the word out. And you notice here at the bottom of this Facebook post, there's the like, comment, and share. You want to be sure to like the things. If you're a club member who is looking at your club's Facebook page, you want to be sure to like it, share it, comment on it. Those things will help get that word out to your friends, who will then maybe get the word out to their friends. And you notice it says total likes, and then it has friends of fans. That's the potential of people who might actually see something. Although we had 146 people who actually said they liked this page, you might actually reach 24,819 total people. That's a big increase. Like button up here that's circled in red is where you like the actual Facebook page as opposed to just liking a particular post. And here's another idea that you can use. In this case, the idea was to try and get more people to like their Facebook page. District 15 put this in. It was a challenge for people to like it. And if at the end of a certain time frame, whatever it was, then they would give a prize, in this case a $50 gardening voucher, to random drawing of all those new people who came in and liked the page. So as we set sail on this social media sea, just remember that the idea is to do something. Start a page, start simple, try and put something out there once a week, and start getting that exposure to Altrusa that our clubs need. It's only by letting people know how wonderful Altrusa is that we will get new members. So good luck and get cruising.
This summer I went swimming, this summer I might have drowned, but I held my breath and I kicked my feet and I moved my arms around, moved my arms around.